Alright, guys, AW here. What's up, guys? Hope you're all good. Hope you're all good today. Let's see if my volume's up. My volume's good? Yeah, okay. Well, check out my channel, guys. Welcome to AW Order. Alright, it's Friday. Yeah, I'm streaming on Friday. Yeah, surprisingly, I'm streaming on Friday. That's because I'll be streaming on Fridays now. Fridays are back, baby. I'm back to streaming on Fridays. As of today, I'm back to fishing on Fridays. So, I'm back, baby, back. But, so, I'll be streaming again Friday next week. I'm happy and excited for that. What's up, guys? Yeah, Red always has to, right off the bat, say something ridiculous, as always. Always. Alright, send an invite to Blinded. Alright. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below. Also, discourse in the Transformers fandom. Well, I haven't paid attention to this Transformers fandom, but I got a weird. All right, checking my finger. Sorry, I'm checking my finger for a cut. It's not a serious cut. Not one, and it's not bleeding or anything. Not doesn't need a band-aid or anything. Oh right, but yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I'm sorry. But yeah, make sure to like, share, subscribe, smash the like button. Don't listen to Reddity. Please do the opposite of what he says, and he's gonna try to pull that on me. Join membership, not expensive, but this is Let's Talk Pop episode. I haven't done a Let's Talk Pop episode in a while. Actually, since the Karate Kid review. Since I did a spoiler review of Karate Kid, that's my last Let's Talk Pop episode. That was episode 117. This is 118. Okay. Yeah, chicken fingers. You want chicken fingers? I'll get you chicken fingers. Okay. All right. There, my volume goes back up. Okay. All right. But yes, stay volume. Sound setting, stay the same, buddy. Okay. There we go. There we go. Also, 56K is here. Make sure to super chat, do all that shit. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow. Obviously, I'll be here Sunday for AEW Detracting. Detract the shit out of someone on Sunday. Don't know yet, but somebody's getting detracted Sunday. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. It can even be you. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Red. You could be distracted Sunday. Okay? No one's safe. Alright? So, what we're going to talk about? Let's talk pop. We're going to talk about the Batman. We're going to talk Transformers. Talk James Bond. And we'll talk other things too. And to do with pop culture. Okay? Yes, I'll detract myself on Sunday. That's what I'll do. I'll detract myself. That's what everybody wants to hear. Me detract myself. Red is Blue 80. Oh, that's his new name now. I don't know what Jarble. I don't know the Jarble. Oh yeah, I got a roast Jarble too. Yeah, we're gonna roast Jarble again today. I just have to. Like, he said some pretty stupid shit today. Jarble says some pretty stupid shit. Really dumbass shit again today. That needs to be laughed at, needs to be mocked, needs to be made fun of, needs Okay, it's fucking hilarious. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Like it's the most ridiculous things I ever read. Jarbo's ever said, posted. One of the stupidest, dumbest takes ever. And I hope to see Degrassi in here. I hope to see Blinded in here because I want to roast with I want Blinded to help me roast Jarbo because he's been roasting him too. Right? Yeah, I'm blocked too, Red. I'm blocked too, but we can still see what he says. We have ways, right? We have our ways. And it has to do with my first topic, the Batman, starring Ben Affleck. It's actually hired to direct. I'm kidding, Red. I'm just. I know Red's gonna say that. Red's gonna say that. The Batman, Part Two, Part Two on my thumbnail. I guess it's not canceled, right? I guess the Batman Part Two is not canceled. I guess, right? I guess it's moving forward, right? Batman Part Two. You want chicken fingers on 56K? I'll get you chicken fingers. But the Batman Part 2, not canceled. Not canceled. Not canceled at all. Okay? It's moving forward. Well, how do we know it's moving forward? But because a picture of Matt Reeves, the director, and the lead writer, Mattson Tomlin, released a picture of the screenplay, the script of the Batman Part 2. Confirming that it is done writing and is ready to be handed in to their boss, their teacher, their editor, no whatever, James Gunn and Peter Safran to take a look at the first draft of the Batman Part 2. Part 2 is complete and ready to be handed in. And we thought Batman Part 2 was canceled. No, not we, not me. No, not we. I should say shouldn't we. That's my mistake. That's Jesterbell talk. That's Jesterbell talk. Okay? I thought the Batman Part 2 was not gonna be canceled. Not gonna be canceled. I said it was not going to be canceled. I don't know where people got this idea it was going to be canceled. I don't know where they fucking got that idea it was going to be canceled. It's because it's taking long. Just because it's taking long. Man, Blade has been in development hell for a lot longer than Batman 2, and that's not even canceled. They haven't even come out to confirm that's canceled. Yes, the Batman Part 2 will be the third ever DCU movie. Okay? The third ever DCU movie there is. Yes, Red. You have all the sources. Your sources are telling you that, right? Well, who's your source? Eric July. Is Eric July your source? Yeah, Eric July has sources, right? I'm kidding. If Eric July is your fucking source, you have issues. Okay. But Batman Part 2 is canceled. It's going to be canceled. No. Batman Part 2 was never going to be canceled. Okay? And today we affirm we affirms that. See what happens? You get me going. You make me cough. Fuck you all, you guys. And I'm kidding. I'm kidding about that. No. Now I need Blinded in here. Maybe he's just blind. He couldn't get to his mic. Maybe he's just blind. He can't get to his mic. That's possible, right? My source is a demon known as James Gunn. Okay. That makes sense. I think that makes sense, buddy. Okay. It explains a lot. That definitely explains a lot. Okay. Now I don't expect to get the. My God, Sideways! I never seen you so. I never seen you like this before in the group chat. Blinded doesn't follow me. He muted you, man. He did mute you. And Blinded's not even here, and you don't even follow me. So what? Okay. He doesn't care anymore. He's done playing your games. Okay. All right. Batman Part Two. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Okay. We don't know anything. We don't know the details about this film. We don't know the details about this film. Okay. Pull this up a bit. I'm just saying. I know. He needs you to. Oh, I think. Are you threatening? Are you threatening Blinded? He need. Are you threatening Blinded? Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. So back at this, guys. Back at this. I did pull up something from Hollywood Reporter talking about the Batman. And we're gonna use this as a source of information for this 3 month stuff. All right, on things. So yeah. So this is a newsletter. Yeah, a newsletter. I don't know who wrote this newsletter. Who wrote this? Aaron Crouch and Boris Kitt. Okay. You might have seen an excerpt from this in oh no in a different group chat, not our group chat, a different group chat. I mean, you might have seen an excerpt of this. Okay, so at the very top, yeah, you can't really read it on screen, but I'll read it for you. Okay, I'll read it for you at the top. Heat Vision. Yeah, Heat Vision. June 27, 2025. First thing to talk about is Batman. You guys can stop asking James Gunn about this now. The Batman Part 2 script is in. Filmmaker Matt Reeves revealed that he and co-writer Mattson Tomlin have turned in the draft, sharing an image Friday of them with the script. But you can ask Gunn about who's writing the Brave and the Bold movie because we're not convinced there is one. Well, the thing is, they're writing it now. They're writing it. They're writing an outline idea. So they don't really have a writer on it. They never had. They don't have. They said they don't have a writer on. They just have. They're just going with the outline of what the Brave and the Bold movie is. In their room of a group of creatives in their room, what Brave and the Bold should be about. That's what they're doing. They don't have like. They're like, yeah, this is what Brave and the Bold should be. Let's get this writer. Let's get this writer and pitch this idea to this writer and see how the writer could, whatever writer hire, how the writer could use the ideas they give them and come up with a script, a draft, a screenplay, right? It's just that's what they're basically DC Studios is doing. Okay, so I don't know, sharing the image. Okay, As exciting as the Batman 2 development is, the seismic news of the week is about a movie that does not have a script, does not have a director. But okay. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna get to that. That's James Bond. That's James Bond clearly. We're gonna get to that. I don't know if Degrassi is here. I want Degrassi. No. I want Degrassi in the chat. Degrassi, buddy, get your butt in here in the chat. Maybe I'll invite you on. And red. Okay. Red. I don't know where Blind is. He's ducking me. He's ducking both me and you tonight. I don't know where he is. Mention him on X. Mention him on X, okay? Mention him on X. There's Degrassi. Villeneuve is getting the final cut on Bond 26. But thank you, Degrassi. We're going to talk about Bond, but we're still in Batman Part 2. And yeah, the movie's happening. The first draft is in. I'm sure they're still going to film it on time. They're still going to get it out in 2 years, in 2027. 2 years, right, from October. They still have enough time to get the second and third draft in. You do what? This is a rough draft. You do it in wherever needs to be edited, change, whatever anything needs changes. Look, I really don't know if James Gunn, Pierre Safran could really change much of the draft just because the Matt Reeves universe is not really part of their universe, the DCU. So is there really any changes he needs to make? Like this character should be in here and this character should not be in here. Maybe they want to use a certain villain or certain character of DCU and not in the Batman. But I don't know how much changes they're possibly gonna suggest. Okay. And guys, some people said this movie was not gonna happen. They're gonna cancel this movie. Yeah, they're gonna cancel. Well revenue, generated box office revenue movie. Well received spin-off show. Not Emmy nominated, Golden Globe nominated show. Award winners nominated and won. Yeah, they're gonna cancel this universe. Yeah, HBO's gonna cancel this universe, right? This Matt Reeves universe. Warner Bros is gonna cancel. Like, what kind of freaking stupid people had that idea? Fucking stupid. They're fucking stupid. And then you got bozos. One bozo in particular. Like he says a lot of stupid shit, and we keep talking about him, but this has to take the cake. I don't know if this takes. I don't know. In my opinion, this might take the cake. It might not take the cake in your opinion, but this is definitely for me might take the cake. What does the news about the Batman Part 2 script being done and being handed in to the DCU heads have to do with the upcoming movie with Superman that comes out in 3 weeks? What does that have to do with anything with Superman? Can anybody give me an answer? Because honestly, there is no answer. There is no answer to that. There is no fucking answer to that because they have nothing to do with each other. There's no correlation between the two. Okay? There's nothing there. What kind of, Clown Jarble. I'm going to call him Clown Jarble. Jarble the Clown now. Call him Jarble the Clown. We all saw that. Right? We all saw what he said about interacting with the news about the Batman Part 2 being completely handed in, and then he has to bury Superman with it. Like what? Let me see that fucking. Let me see that fucking tweet again. Let me read it again if I can find that tweet. The Batman Part Two script is actually bad for Superman. There's a thread about, but you don't need to read the thread because you already know it's gonna be stupid. The title says it all. Here's why. The Batman script two is actually bad for Superman. No, it's not. Why is it bad for Superman? Hello, Anthony. Why? John Bush just says stupid stuff to get a reaction. That's, Superman 3. Stop, like, John Witty, I think John gets so sensitive and does the and tries to, play the victim. But when you post a tweet like that, you're not a victim, bro. You're not a victim when people go after you. Okay? Okay? You're not a victim. You know what you're doing. Okay? You know what you're doing. There's no connection between the two. Superman comes out in 3 weeks. The Batman Part 2 comes out basically in 2 years. 2 years and a couple months, right? Couple months, 3 months. So 2 years, 27 months, let's say. 27, 28 months, right? 2 months from October, right? 24 months from October, right? There's no, yeah, I'll talk about Transformers, but there's no connection there. Okay? And don't say they're both, and people don't come at me and say they're both DC properties. Yeah. I mostly do the trigger Donovan. Why? Why? Weird. Yeah, why? Why? People, we're not here to trigger, like, I'm not here to trigger Jarbo or anybody like that, right? I'm here to react to stupidity, right? But when somebody does have to go on the internet just to troll somebody for the hell of it, most of the time, you know that person has no life, is bitter. Go after Donovan. Why are you trolling Donovan? Why go after Donovan? Because he doesn't like the stuff you post? So you just want to get a reaction out of him? Here's the thing. It's not working. It's not working. It's not working. Because he's making himself look more like an idiot and a goofball. Come in, blind, and come in. Oh, I just saw. Oh, blinded, get in here, blinded, get in here. Do you see what blinded just posted? Blinded. I'm sorry, I'm typing. Let me read. Let me read Jarbo's thing to you guys. It's in the group chat, so it's in the group chat. Most of you, I'm sorry. Come on, blinded. Blinded, get your butt in here. But let me read this. Some of you in the group chat, so you might have seen it already. But thank you, blinded, for posting it. RJ has quit YouTube more times than he's actually paying. He has actually paying jobs. He has sympathy, baited friends, and followers to give him money to buy video games. He uses student loan money to buy video games and then complain about being broke. He's not running with the gun because it gets him attention. He did the same thing with the Snyderverse. He's a sad, lonely boy with no real friends, and he's so terminally online that it's only things that keep him from going insane. I said I never called him a friend. I'm sad I never called him a friend. Did RJ respond to him? You know what? The grass, if you're free. It's just sad. You see, he has to go personal. He has to go personal, right? I know you like to troll Donovan blinded, but do you need to call his mom? Do you you want to call his mom? Oh, Willie. Oh, I sent you an invite, Degrassi. If you're free to come on, I'm good. You could come on. Why? Why? Why does he defend him? Because he can't see what kind. You almost sound perfect for each other. Yeah, but the thing is, now he's going after RJ a lot, right? He's going after RJ a lot. Oh. Why is he defending Jarbo? Why? You just want because he's a bigger YouTuber than him? Booty cost mom. How how can you defend Jarbo with that tweet? Batman Part 2 script. This is bad for Superman. How is that defendable? Like or this to the RJ. I know you don't troll. I know you're not a troller. You don't troll. You may troll Red once in a while, but you don't troll. And Red trolls you. But yeah, it's like why? Like how is that any like even if you're even if you're not even if you're no, he doesn't have friends, but if you have no issue with Jarble and you see that tweet, you gotta look at that tweet. Donovan and Matt drop out of arrangement. You gotta look at that tweet and be like, what the fuck? Okay, Degrassi, like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? The Batman Part 2 script is finished and it's in. In. This is bad for Superman. He creates a thread. No, no, no. No. Newsflash. Opinions can be wrong. I'm blocked by Jarble. It's fucking weird, RJ. This guy wants Superman to fall flat on his feet, just fail miserably. So he'll just say anything, anything, and he's really willing, and he's really willing to ruin his reputation. Even well, actually, he needs one to begin with, right? Because we know in the past he said some stupid stuff that were he like he has said some stupid stuff that got him in trouble. Yeah, he did, RJ. I just saw it and read it. Uh, yeah, he's he can't accept the fact that what he says. The thing is, he's playing victim all the time, knowingly knowing what he's putting out is to it's basically get a reaction to troll, the grift, right? Right? He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Okay, and it's no different than Jester Bell on the last video. I know I'm gonna get some hate for this, and she's like, I don't care, but she just starts keeps on grifting. It's yeah, I saw Red. You really that that response to you that got you blocked. I saw that response. I checked. I clicked on Jarbo's hash name there. That's when I figured I was blocked too. Yeah, because of what happens to every goes. If he doesn't move on, no one else will. Okay. He needs. Okay, Jarbo's not the same as Chester Bell. You're right. You're right. I know. Hey, Chester Bell actually likes something, guys. She actually liked the F1 movie. Are you? Well, you gotta check out some pro. Chester Bell does get views money. Yes, she does. That's true. That's true. That's true. But you guys have to check out some pro Superman channels. Like, okay. Tomorrow I actually want to go over. Tomorrow I want to go over some pro Superman channels with you guys. Not a tracking video, but pro Superman channels, pro Superman videos. All right. Pro. What's the opposite of detracting here? Did he wear? Yeah, yeah. He is a YouTube ultimate crybaby. Cranks up the heat, and then tucks and once. You can say the word, man. You can say the word. You can put that. You can type in the word. Jarbo really has nothing. That's why he's rage baiting his super movie because it gets him attention. Yeah, and this is the same guy who says he wants to quit movie talk over and over. Okay, he's like George is kind of right. He is right. I know Jarbo's doing. I know he's going to do when Fantastic Four. We know what the Superman detractors, idiots, Snyder Cult people are going to do once Superman comes out. It doesn't matter the result of the film, okay? It doesn't matter how much money it makes or how well it receives. They're going to accuse the critics of being paid off. They're going to accuse of the studios buying the theaters, the to inflate the box office numbers. They're gonna pull out the Phantom Menace tactics. Phantom Menace tactics, because that's exactly what Phantom Menace does. Degrassi, Jester Bell's parents will really be fine upsetting citizens. I don't know. When the movie is done, everyone will move on. Well, it'll take a while, right? Blinded, it'll take a while, right? It'll take at least a while, right? As time will not obviously always it has to be a while, right? Like a couple months after, right? I'm sure when the movies in the first few months, Superman will still be talked. If based on the box office numbers going up and stuff, right? Or stagnant or whatever, it'll still be talked about. Who works as hard to be disliked? I mean, besides Red. There's always next summer, Blinded. Here's the thing, Blinded. I'm sure we're going to talk about after Superman comes out. Obviously, we're going to do a spoiler review, but that's not what I mean here. I mean, we're going to talk about it in a sense that how the movie is doing successfully, right? It's probably more than Fantastic Four. I'll say that. Let Jarbo eat clout cheese. Eat the clout cheese. I mean, we all know he eats donuts, right, Degrassi? Oh, well, I hope there's a next summer. Oh, are you you mean when you say next summer, you're suggesting a stoppage? A work stoppage, a strike again? Degrassi, is that what you mean by next summer? This is true. This is true. Red is true. Red is right. The only way to beat him is not respond, and I just responded to him. And I'm gonna do some gift subs today. Gift subs because I'm in a good mood. Oh, you mean Armageddon? Oh, the real one? I don't think it'll be Armageddon too. All right, let's see what happens with gift subs. Jeffrey Miller, Anthony. Oh, I don't know. Noel Gonzalez. Just views. Okay. Welcome to the gang, guys. Welcome to the just view. No, no, blinded. They don't have to be watching. They don't have to be watching. They just have to check stuff out. But I'm gonna do a goal also. I'm gonna do a goal. Um, 5 super chats. $2 or more. Diddy didn't get a sub. Do 45 minutes. What would I do once we get 5 super chats? What should I do for next stream? I don't know. I'll show my face. There we go. I didn't get a membership. Well, you could pay for your membership. All right. All right. Okay, so this is what happens, guys. We are getting Mullet Magic. So it's happening. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, man. That's what we have to do. Laugh at Jarbo. We have to laugh at Jarbo. It's the only thing we could do is laugh at Jarbo. All right. Transformers. Let's move on to Transformers. Is it down in this same thing here? Transformers. Is there Transformers in here too? All right. Little brief paragraph of Transformers. Sideways is for you. More than meets the eye. Josh Cooley is writing a live-action Transformers feature, and Michael Bay wants back in on that franchise via Puck. While Robert Kirkman and artist Dan Moore are the new creative team for the Transformers comics, starting with October's issue, November 25. November 25. Okay. Now there was something from that explains more about the Transformers stuff that's not exactly that meets the eye. Okay. From the Hollywood Reporter, from Matt Belloni, reading this from right what Matt Belloni really reported. Bay approached the studio last year to come back as the hands-on producer and possibly director. And he's got writer Jordan Fandina working on a script. It's one of 5 or so Transformers projects in development that David Allison and Skydance will inherit when the Paramount sale closes. Josh Cooley, who made the last year's animated Transformers 1, just closed a deal to pursue a live-action take. There's also a possible G.I. Joe Transformers crossover in development. And the studio has two separate ideas in early stages, hopefully. The Bay project will come together. It really is a perfect match of filmmaking and material, and Paramount can take its time. The studio keeps the rights as long as the movie's in production by 2029. So they have to make a movie by 2029, and they lose the film. Then they'll lose the filming rights. That's right. Is that what I'm saying? They need a movie by 2029 or they lose the filming rights to Transformers, right? That's what they're saying there, right? So never forget searching up Puli the Polar Bear. Yeah. Okay. So let's beat this again. So Bay wants back in. Jordan Van Dino was working on the script. Okay, Bay wants back in. Not it hasn't mean Michael Bay's directing anything, right? He's not directing the next movie or anything. It means he wants back in. He wants back in. Okay, wants back in, and he has his writer working on it, and there's 5 projects apparently in development. A Skydance, and Skydance will inherit when Paramount sale closes. So Skydance will inherit Paramount. Okay, Josh Cooley, who directed the other movie, wants to do is close to do a live action, and then in the G.I. Joe Transformers movie is in development. Yeah, that movie is in development because they teased at the end of the last Transformers movie. It came out 2 years ago. They teased G.I. Joe in Transformers crossover. So I understand why they would want to move forward with that. As a live action, another live action with him, Josh Cooley, would that be the Chris Hemsworth character? Chris Hemsworth, Optimus Primal. That's the Gorilla version. Would that be his character? Because I think they said that Chris Hemsworth was tapped to be in the Transformers and GI Joe movie. Crossover. I think that was like a year ago. That's a rumor that Chris Hemsworth was going to appear in the crossover movie. They didn't say which role. Yeah, I mean, you would think it'd be the. I don't think. Honestly, I don't think if he was, I don't think it'd be a bot. I think it'd be one of the main GI Joe characters. Oh, you know what's funny? I'll get back to this. So I was watching John Campia, right? So there's a rumor of what yeah, no, Chris Evans Duke from G.I. Joe. Yeah, he could do Duke. I was watching John Campia video today. I'll get back to this. It's a Marvel thing. So apparently Dan RPK is saying that the title for the next Thor movie is called Thor's Crest, which is stupid. But that's not the point. Not the point. Not the point of the scoop. The scoop of the title of the film. It's just reading the comments. And one person said Zack Snyder should be perfect for directing Thor. I'm like, so you want Thor? You want Thor to have worse writing than Taika Waititi's writing? Because whatever you think of Taika Waititi's Thor stuff, his other stuff is better. His other stuff he's done that's not Thor related. Better than Zack Snyder. The guy has got nominated for Jojo Rabbit. He got nominated for awards for Jojo Rabbit. So, for directing and being in it. But like, yeah, I saw that. I'm like, yeah, no. Keep Zack Snyder away from Marvel. If you really want to kill a franchise, Marvel, Kevin Feige, if you want to really kill your franchise, Zack Snyder's the director to go. Don't call it Thor's Crest, especially after a show called Vision's Crest. You know how stupid that sounds? It's stupid. Yeah. But, yeah, back to Transformers. If they're doing the G.I. Joe crossover, I think Chris Hemsworth would be perfect as Duke. Don't make him reprise his role as Optimus Prime because they already have that in that world, that universe, the new one. Okay? And I don't know if I want Michael Bay back directing Transformers. I'm sorry. It's just that his movies suck. They got worse over the years. His Transformers movies got worse over the years. Really bad over the years. It's gotten worse. Now Josh Cooley, okay, Transformers 1. Lowers, people were very excited. It was one of the big disappointments of last year, I would say. It completely shit the bed, right? Like at the overall, right? Look, I would definitely think about Travis Knight coming back. I thought Bumblebee was fine, right? It was fine for what it is. But I wouldn't go Michael Bay. I wouldn't want Michael Bay back because his movies, the Transformers movies, got worse. And if they're doing, the question is, what can he possibly do? Okay, they have to get a film out by 2029, right? So they got 4 years to get a film. So there will be another Transformers film in the next 4 years. That's for sure, because they'll lose the rights once Skydance buys Paramount. They'll get the rights to Transformers, and they will have to make a film by 2029. So the next 4 years, there has to be a Transformers film. And sometimes when you have to make a film just to keep the rights, the film doesn't usually come out so good. Okay? I feel like Sony's like that, right? Sony's like that with the Spider-Man stuff. As long as they continue making Spider-Man related films, they'll keep the rights to Spider-Man film rights. So okay. I want someone new to direct Transformers film, like Neil Blomkamp, Garth Evans, or Joseph Kosinski. Yeah, just not Bay anymore. Okay, just I just look. I know Bay wants to direct it because he helped create that live action franchise Transformers, but he must have fell in love with it. It's his baby, so he fell in love with it. It's just I don't think people, he has to understand. He has to understand that he knows his movies suck. Skywalker Jedi is a fucking idiot. Okay, Skywalker Jedi says that he doesn't know what he's talking about. Influencers. Yeah, Player Mail is playing it safe back on eBay. It's like they don't care about how good the Transformers movies will be. They just want to keep the rights. Okay? This franchise, I don't know. I saw the movie that came out 2 years ago, right? With the Red Hood actor, Anthony Ramos, right? With Anthony the Bayverse fans? Really? Oh my god. Bay Bay is still a much better director than Zack Snyder. Okay, this is strange. This is I don't know. This GI Joe crossover. Chris Hemsworth would be perfect as a GI Joe character. But yeah, I remember. Yeah. So like when they did the 2023 movie, right? That was kind of like a sequel. That was kind of like a sequel to Bumblebee, right? It's a continuation of a new universe, different universe than the Bayverse, right, from Bumblebee. Because they wanted a fresh start. They wanted kind of a reboot, right? Reboot. Will will a Bay movie continue that, or be in the Bayverse, the Bay timeline? Will the Josh Cooley movie be part of that universe? The GI Joe Transformers movie would be in the same universe. because of the tease of the last movie, right? But there's there could be potential questions, issues with here with Transformers. Okay. Also fired that producer. Okay. Okay, like just how? Oh, John Favreau. The problem with John Favreau is I'm not sure if he's John Favreau. I'm not sure if he has a contract with Disney or not because he has. Oh, did he do Lion King? Well, Lion King's Disney, right? Because has he done anything outside of Disney lately? I'm not sure if he has a. No. Uh, anything outside of Disney. What's up, TJ? The last night was horrible. Let's see. Does he ever? I don't know if he could go do any other films. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what kind of what his. Okay, so he's in business. Okay. No, he did do Jungle Book. No, he didn't do Lion King. But does he have a deal with Disney? Can he do other stuff if he wants? Because you know how guys like Christopher Nolan has a contract with for Universal. Does John Favreau have a contract similar to Disney, where he could do Marvel, could do Star Wars, he could do the animation, stuff like that. Okay, I not he might be exclusive to Disney right now, so I don't know if he can do Transformers. They might. I don't know. I don't know if he can. Honestly, I think they should let him because there's kind of an independent contractor. They should. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he has an exclusive contract to Disney. Well, he did sign a deal with Lucasfilm and Chef. So yeah. So he probably can't direct a Transformers movie. I'm sorry if I. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure if he could. But let's move on. Let's move on. What? 55 minutes. Let's move on to James Bond. James Bond. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do the theme music. All right. James Bond. Amazon MGM, as you know, has the rights to James Bond, right? The British MI6 agent. All right. Well, they got a director for James Bond, and it is the Dune director Dennis Villeneuve. Dune director Dennis Villeneuve has signed on to play James Bond, not to play James Bond. And the Toxic Snyder fan Skywalker is live in his echo chamber. Sure, it would be. The game looks good. I agree there. The game looks good. But Dan Villeneuve is directing the next James Bond movie. He's confirmed it. He let out a statement about, I don't know, a couple minutes after it was official. He waited, and he's excited. Now he's always signed on to do one movie, of course. He's always signed on to direct one movie in the James Bond franchise, with the option of possibly doing more in the future. It depends, right? He hasn't signed a 2-3 picture Bond deal. He just signed a 1 picture deal. Okay. Okay. Now this is good. Denis Villeneuve is a good director. I was with the Dune movies, right? Dune movies, right? Dune 3 is going to start filming very soon. He did Blade Runner, Arrival, Sicario. People love Sicario. Sicario is a great movie. Prisoners is a great movie. Dune 1 and 2, Arrival. He's done some great movie. So I have faith in him in doing a good James Bond movie. All right, because he's a good director. All right, so I think MGM and Amazon hired a smart director, a very good creative director, and he's doing part 3 of Doom Messiah. Okay, that's to be filming. I think it's in December. Right, Doom Messiah is the last movie. I don't mind the beige Ninja Turtle movies. Yeah, he does action well. So Doom Messiah is his last Dune movie, right? He's finished with Doom Messiah. Now he's not directing any more Dune movies after that. Even though after Doom Messiah, the Dune books go on and on. But I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think Warner Brothers is gonna go on and on with the Dune story lore, because it does get really ridiculous. Really gets stupid actually if you read about it. So he's getting. So I assume the assumption is after Doom Messiah, that's when James Bond will start being his Bond will be his focus on what his film was, what he wants film to be about, who is going to be the next James Bond. Next James Bond. Who is going to be the next James Bond? Okay. Okay, the next James Bond. Right? And that's going to be a big shoes to fill, the next James Bond. After Daniel Craig retired from the role, who's going to be the next James Bond? The rumors, the speculation is next James Bond might be a little younger than the past Bonds. The past Bonds were like what, in the 40s to 50s, mid age. It might be a little younger, right? Might be a little younger this time, right? The game is a young James Bond, which I like a lot. Get to know about him in his early years of being in the MI6. What it was like, which I like. I like that. So, and there's been like a list of James Bond supposedly who might be on top for that role. I'm gonna read some of the names. See if I can summon some of the names. Oh, I know. Wish list. I don't think Cavill will be the Bond. So here's a wish list. So Jacob Aldery. He's an Australian actor. He's in the upcoming Frankenstein movie. The problem with Jacob Ellery is the fact he's Australian. And I'm not trying to be that. It's just that people in the UK prefer Bond. They feel insulted if Bond is not at least somewhat from the UK, whether he's a Scottish actor or English actor, etc., etc. So Australian actor, well, technically Australia has been colonized, was was created right, created from the UK when the British Empire went there and stuff, right? I mean, the culture is different, but the language is very like the you get the Australian accent and the British accent wherever you go, they sound very similar. Okay, but yeah, I think they might have an issue with an Australian actor being Bond. Bond, people in the UK. All right, so yeah, here's a fucking strange one. One I can't see being Bond because I don't think he can be charming. I don't think I just don't picture this actor to be the charming type, the type that's able to seduce women or anything like that. Like, uh, he's good for Spider Man, but he's not good for. I don't think he's good for James Bond. And he knows acting, and actors and actresses play different roles all the time. But sometimes you can't picture a certain actor and actress in this role. They don't think it's the right fit. And Tom Holland's on that list. The thing with Tom Holland is, he's probably too busy with Superman. Tom Holland to me does not to me doesn't fit the mold of James Bond. I don't think I don't think he like I said what I described about Tom Holland, I don't think that fits the mold of James Bond. Sorry. I just don't see Tom Holland. Like, Tom Holland could get any woman he wants because he's rich. But if Tom Holland was not wealthy or rich or well known actor, he doesn't seem like the type of guy that can seduce a woman. Sorry. Okay? Like, the type of guy that a woman would find attractive. No, except Zendaya. Sorry. And the other guy is Harris Dickinson. Harris Dickinson, who I think might be actually British. Yeah, he's from London. I mean, he's a better choice than those. We don't know. We don't know. Yeah, he should be indie project. We don't know. I don't know much about Harris Dickinson. I've seen him in some stuff, but he is British, so from England, UK. So he's not a pro. Like that's not an issue. And sometimes Bond. Look, Pierce Brosnan was a little bit well known before he got role of Bond. You may not know Pierce Brosnan was. I mean, he saw him in. Now the grass you may know this, but you guys know this too. That he was in Mrs. Doubtfire before he became Bond, right? James Bond in Goldeneye. But the Grassy for still here. Pierce Brosnan made himself a name in this British show called Remington something. Remington. Oh, also he was in Mars Attacks too. He was also in Mars Attacks. I forgot about that. But he was in it. But he made a name for himself in this TV show called Remington something. Remington Steele. Yeah, I was thinking Steele. I don't know if the grass is here, but he might have heard of it. Degrassi. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that ran from Remington Steele was 1982 to 1987. Okay. So his career was on the rise. Mrs. Doubtfire is probably the most. This Mrs. Doubtfire is probably the one film that most people recognize him from before he became Bond. That put him on the map in American audiences as the new boyfriend of Sally Field's character. Yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire too. And then Mars Attacks. Then he became Bond. Bond, GoldenEye. Well, Mars Attacks is after GoldenEye, so or it's the same year actually. Mars Attacks came out 196. No, so he came out after GoldenEye. Yeah. Remington Steele. Yeah. And Daniel Craig was a little bit known. A little bit known. The Bond movie really exploded his career, his notoriety. But Daniel Craig, I don't know if you know this. Daniel Craig was in Lara Croft, the second Lara Croft movie with Angelina Jolie. That's where I first recognized him from. You might not remember this because it was not a good movie. Not Cradle. Is that Cradle of Grave? Yeah, It's not a good movie, right? But he was in that movie, and the James Bond movie really built up his resume, his career, exploded his. They were going for Paul Mescal. He's probably busy with the Beatles. Oh no, one of the guys in that's one of the guys is that Rich List is in the Beatles movie. But yeah, if we're looking at Bond, if they're looking at Bond, and it seems like they might look past the UK because clearly Jacob is not from the UK. They might look no, they might be insulted if it's an American. Johnny don't. Skarsgård would be great, like Roger Moore. Well, Tom Hiddleston is not a bad idea. Loki Bond, Tom Hiddleston. Uh, Tom Hiddleston needs a good movie outside. Tom Hiddleston really needs a good movie outside of Marvel. Okay, Tintin. So, like Tom Hiddleston, if he Tom Hiddleston's 40s, George Lansby. Oh yeah, I mean, because look, Degrassi, because this hot take, Australians sound British a little bit, sound English a little bit. I mean, where that's where they came from. I mean, obviously, right? Obviously, but there's Tom Hiddleston, obviously. There's Benedict Cumberbatch. There's if they want to go young, no, he's not young anymore. He's in the mid 30s, but there's Eric Taylor Johnson. There's Paul Mescal. There's there's Joseph Crin. I don't think he fits the mold either. But there's Joseph Crin. He's young. Okay, very young. Joseph Crin. Actually, Joseph Crin is. Let's see how. Let's see if. Let me see. Well, he's 31 years old. Okay. Uh, but yeah. We'll see, man. We'll see. We gotta first. I do think first Dune 3 will be on the schedule first. Get that out of the way. Tom wants to quit Marvel because Marvel is feminist garbage. Oh my god. Uh, I'm sure something like this. What I'm sure as the months come, we'll get who the next James Bond is going to be. It even might be me. I might be the next James Bond. Okay. All right. So yeah. Okay. So let's read what else I find interesting in this little thing here. The heat vision. I wonder why it's called heat vision, huh? Heat vision. So I didn't know Amy Pascal is with Amazon. When did Amy Pascal join Amazon, Degrassi? I didn't know she joined Amazon. MGM. David Heyman. They're on the hunt for a screenwriter. No, they are not close to finding the next '07, despite any speculation that the Villeneuve provides real insight in who will be. It's gonna be Timothy Chalamet. No, Timothy Chalamet is American. Sorry. No, nothing that DC is gonna know. Yeah, they are just flies. Okay, so let's see what else. F1 is looking to be a hit, and for Apple, Megan 2.0 looks like it will have plenty of time to die. Megan 2 is not doing well. F1 is doing well. Still don't quite for Blumhouse budget. It's plenty profitable. Look, all I care for fucking Blumhouse is fucking Spawn. Spawn. That's all I care for fucking Blumhouse. It's fucking Spawn. I don't care about anything else with Blumhouse. Give me fucking Spawn. Okay? Hurry up with that shit. Okay? Because Spawn will make more than Megan. Okay? Give us a fucking shit already. Give me a fucking shit about Spawn. Let's see. Blumhouse, Tom McFarlane, I don't care. Give us an update about Spawn. Okay? That's all I care for Blumhouse. Okay? Give me fucking Spawn updates. That's what I care, Blumhouse. Give me Jason Blum. You said he wanted a Spawn movie out this year. That ain't happening. What the fuck? What the fuck is taking Tom McFarlane so long? Why can't they find a director? Are they scared to go up with DC and Marvel? Why are you be scared to go up against DC and Marvel? Come on. You're not. Please. Give me fucking Spawn. That's all I care about from Blumhouse. Look. Look, you're doing. You look. Invincibles are doing well. I mean, yeah, Image doesn't technically own the characters. They publish the characters through their company, but it's still kind of affiliated with Image in a way. It's doing well. They're getting a video game, a great Netflix show. I think something else with Image is something else with Image is getting an animation show or live action, right? Something else with Image is. Whatever, with a comic that Image produces for them. I don't know. Why can't like Todd? I know you're so damn protective of your Spawn, but like, why? Is it? Are you? Is it? Is Jeremy Renner? Is Jeremy Renner still attached to play Twitch? Is he holding up everything? Okay. What's going up with it? You can't find a director. Or he better give us a fucking update at Comic-Con, right? He'll be at SDCC, San Diego Comic-Con, right? Todd, he better give us a fucking update. Last year, he gave us a title. The title was dropped last year, right? The title was dropped last year, King Spawn, right? So this year, I don't know. Give us a director, give us the actor. Jamie Foxx still still Spawn, yeah. Todd almost made Spawn a bed and cut in one of his. Yeah. It's like Spawn, guys. Spawn. I said the boys Invincibles are doing well. Walking Dead is another comic property. They did well, but they're all wanting a comment. They're all fucking TV shows or streaming shows. There hasn't been a good movie outside of DC and Marvel that's been good in the last a while. The Crow fucking failed, right? The Crow massively failed. It was shit. Blood. What's it called? Bloodshot was horrible. There hasn't been a non-DC, non-Marvel comic that's done well theater-wise in the last few years. Okay, and the Bullet McFire like Deadpool and Spawn. Spawn is the only character in the history of comics where he beat DC and Marvel, where they beat DC and Marvel, beat DC and Marvel, beat DC and Marvel because just because of Tom McFarlane. Spawn kind of forced a new direction for DC and Marvel at the time. And then what just and Spawn's been still around for 30 years, but it's not exactly as popular as once was in the early 90s. What killed the Spawn franchise is not exactly the comics, it's the movie. The movie. The movie killed the popularity, the excessive popularity of Spawn. If that movie was not a horrible movie, it was a good movie. I don't know how far into the future, but I still think Spawn would have lasted longer as a very popular character. Spawn ever had a reboot? No, I don't know if Spawn ever had a reboot. I don't know. Yes, Spawn had some changes. He did have some changes though. With Angela, because Angela joined Marvel. Remember that the Neil Gaiman characters from Spawn, they had to take him out because here's the thing about our Image characters. The people that came up with the characters own the characters. So when Neil Gaiman came up with Angela and another character, he wasn't getting along with Image at the time, right? They weren't paying him or whatever. He said to take him to Marvel, and he basically sold the IP of Angela to Marvel, and now Marvel owns Angela. So they still give him royalties because he created the character, but they fully own Angela, right? Characters like that, okay? So technically, Todd McFarlane could sell the Spawn character to Marvel DC if he wanted to. Image doesn't exclusively own them. They canceled the TV show too. Yeah, that show was good. Now that there's been speculation. They moved a year ago too. Whimper's speculation of the animated show coming back. Okay. Like technically Spawn, because technically Tom McFarlane could technically sell the Spawn character Al Simmons to Marvel or DC if he wanted to. He's not going to, but he could. He could if he wanted to. Okay? Because Image doesn't own their characters. DC and Marvel, they own their characters. If you come up with a new character for DC or Marvel, you don't technically own the character. Marvel DC owns the character, right? So I come up with a new character for Marvel and DC, right? Let's name him Computer Man, stupid name, but Computer Man for Marvel DC. I don't own the character. They own the character, but I get paid in royalties. I get paid for coming up with the character, right? Right? Because the creators do get royalties and things like that for coming up with the characters. But you don't technically, he did create Color a year ago, but you don't own the characters. If you work for Marvel DC, every character you come up, every city you come up, every country, every planet you come up, anything you come up with, they fucking own. But you get royalties for coming up with those ideas and those creations, though. But you don't 100% own them. Okay. Yeah, Marvel owns Cody Argo. Yeah, and it's see when you go to wrestling, when you go to WWE, you come up with a they give you a name or whatever. You don't own that name. You don't own that name. Okay. Once if they let you go, that name you cannot use that name on the Indies or anywhere else. WWE owns that name. Okay. Now you could go to WWE and use your actual name you come up with the Indies. They still won't own that name, but WWE likes it when they come up with a name for your character, so they own your name. And there's some wrestlers that go to WWE that are allowed to keep their name, where from the Indies and other companies, from the Indies basically. There's some wrestlers will allow, and some they won't. They're kind of picky. Watch. I can make Peter Man work. I know it's a bad example. I was just coming up with a name, right? Should Universal get the rights? I don't know. That's a good question. No, Drake Bell. No. Drake Bell's too old. Drake Bell's too old, and he's never gonna go back. I don't think he's gonna do acting. I don't think he's ever gonna do acting. I don't think he's in. They're not gonna cast him. Nobody's gonna cast him. I was with Jim Lee closing down the Chicago Comic Con as he was in the midst of closing the Wildstorm sale to DC. Good times. Awesome. So see that's the thing. Image doesn't control all your characters. All Image does is let you produce a comic through them, and they will do all that. They will send your comic to whatever, right? They don't own your characters, okay? Okay. Hell. For example, this is not going to happen, but Tom McFarlane and Kevin Feige have a meeting tomorrow, and the next day, Spawn is going to be in Avengers Doomsday. They could do that if they wanted to. They could do that. They could literally do that. They could literally do that. Kevin Feige announces next day, oh, Spawn is in Avengers Doomsday. He talk with Todd. They come to some idea how Spawn could be used in Avengers Doomsday. They can literally announce Spawn could be Avengers Doomsday because Image doesn't own Spawn. Tom McFarlane does. Okay? The voice. He sounds like is he really a weird guy in real life? Like a really strange guy? Like, that's all I care about from Blumhouse, really. And what good movie has Blumhouse made recently anyway? The last few years. That's actually good. Films. I know he does fit more DC, that's true. Yeah, this is true too. What else have they done? Cap. Fuck. Upcoming films. Black Phone. Oh, Black Phone, I guess. Oh, they're doing the Mummy. They're doing the Mummy, right? They're doing the remake of the Mummy. Blumhouse is doing the Mummy. Spawn MK. Yeah, you could do it. I mean, look. Yeah, see exactly. See, this is a good point, right? Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers negotiated with Tom McFarlane about putting Spawn in Mortal Kombat, right? They did the exact same thing with it's a Santa Monica Studios for Kratos, right? They could do that. I mean, Warner Brothers technically, NetherRealm Studios could technically negotiate with Marvel and put a Marvel character in Mortal Kombat if they wanted to. Yeah, he's a big man of the comics. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen this. I don't know. So I can't really answer that. But Black Phone, yeah, they're doing the Mummy. Five Nights at Freddy. I guess you could say that. Wolfman didn't do well. Woman in the Yard. I don't know. I don't. Nobody talks about that. I remember a time where Blumhouse they're having hit after hit after hit, and not in terms of box office, but in terms of quality. But I don't know. It feels like it's hit and miss now, and upcoming. Like what the fuck? Like this. Like I don't even know what the fuck Spawn film. Is there any update on the Spawn film? Really? Any right now? No, no, not for months. Universe is no longer a factor for the Hulk. That's all I care. Blumhouse, get fucking Spawn off the table, man. So they're not doing a live action Akira anymore. Warner Brothers. That's been canceled. I don't know much about Akira, so I'm sorry, anime guys. So Predator Badlands is going to be a thing of Comic Con Hall H. Hall H. Okay. Tron Ares is also going to be at Hall H because this year. So I did not know this. I knew Disney Marvel Studios was sitting out. No sponsorship accounts. No. Okay. Okay. No. No sideways. But I did not know this. I knew. Okay. I knew Marvel wasn't going, but Lucasfilms is not going either. Lucasfilms is not going either. Lucas Studios. So Predator and Tron will be like big. Some of the big features there for Disney. Dylan Bryan doesn't want to do capes or a lightsaber. Okay, good for him. Don't care. Fine. That's all I got today, guys. For now. For tonight. I'll be back tomorrow, though. I'll be back tomorrow. I've been up for an hour and a half. That's good. That's good. Tomorrow, I think tomorrow I'm gonna look at pro. I'm gonna look at YouTube videos that are going after people detracting Aspire Superman talk. What about day? All right, so yeah, okay, okay, all right. So that means, guys, all it means I'm streaming back on Fridays starting next week. Well, this week actually. I did not know. Actually, I didn't know I was gonna start planning to stream on Fridays. Okay, until earlier today. Okay. I didn't know. That's why I didn't mention my like yesterday when I talked about my future streaming schedule. I did not talk about this Friday, and I mentioned I'll start streaming on Fridays in August. I remember that, but that's changed next week. Stuff has changed the next week, so I'm going back to streaming permanently scheduling on Fridays next week. This was not. This was scheduled. This was not supposed to be scheduled. This is not supposed to be scheduled for today. Next week was right. So next week I'm starting personally scheduling back on Fridays. This was supposed to be a special stream anyway. I did not know earlier today. I did not when I woke up. I did not know I was going to start permanently streaming on Fridays. Till there, I found out today I could. Okay, but that's it. So I'll be back definitely tomorrow. Sunday I'll be doing a detracting video, like AW detracts again, 4th episode. Okay, so be on the lookout for all that. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I said I might not stream Tuesday, but there's a chance I might stream Tuesday. So, especially Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right. Yeah, man. Take care, guys. With that, guys, AWO Air and Water is out. Make sure to subscribe.